Hey everyone, so we're on W, favorite bands A to Z, and this is a series where I pick a favorite band of the alphabet and a favorite release by them, my personal favorites, and then a runner-up with my favorite release by the runner-up as well. And so yeah, shoutouts to Sea of Tranquility for this awesome idea. And yeah, let's get right to it. So W is definitely going to be the big Wheeze themselves. Weezer, Rivers and Company, and discovered Weezer back in the day. I think it was definitely the Green Album era. Hashpipe was out, loved that. Heard the album on the radio, didn't really like it all that much. To this day, I find half of it sort of milquetoast a little bit. But then by the time the second record came out, which was only a year later, or the follow-up record rather, like their fourth record, I was a big fan just based off of tracks that I heard on the radio, mostly from the Blue Album, and again Hashpipe, and then Maladroit coming out, and or Droit, I always call it Maladroit, and loved that record, and that was the game changer right there. And through all the hits and misses, because I didn't like Make Believe, I've always thought they were fascinating. Loved Rivers' songwriting, lots of catchy tunes, great guitar playing. And, they've come back time and time again. The White Album is one of the best. And love that one. Love OK Human. Pinkerton, of course, an absolute classic. If you ask me tomorrow, maybe I'd choose that. Love Van Weezer, but for favorite release, I'm going to pick the Blue Album. Just an absolute classic album, front to back, all 10 tracks. Some of their best ones, My Name is Jonas, Undone the Sweater Song, Say It Ain't So, Buddy Holly, The World Has Turned and Left Me Here. Man, these are great songs. Only in Dreams, what a closing song, right? And there they all are. Little young Weezer. I just love the Wheeze, and I knew I would pick these guys for sure. Let's see. And then runner-up is harder than you might think, because, Bob Welch, I love Bob Welch. He's one of my favorite members of Fleetwood Mac. And people go, well, he did French Kiss, and then the albums got progressively worse from there. I completely disagree with that. I actually like Three Hearts even better, and then I liked the subsequent ones even more, like Man Overboard was amazing. There was a self-titled one in there, Eye Contact, the one with Rebel Rouser on it, the other one it's called. I actually kind of think in a weird way they almost got better and better. So just everything from the 70s and 80s. So he's an honorable mention, but my runner-up is going to be Roger Waters because, basically the lead man of Pink Floyd. He became that eventually. Let's admit that. And, one of the best concerts I've ever seen in my life, seeing old Rog finally, that was amazing. What an experience. And his solo career, I wasn't taken with it when I was a teenager. I heard pros and cons of hitchhiking and thought it was boring. And then eventually I heard Radio Chaos. I wasn't taken with that one too much. I liked a couple songs off it. And by the time the reissue of this one came out, I thought, maybe his solo career needs a little bit of a re-review, I guess. And this one hit me big. And I had heard this 10 years prior and also thought it was boring. And then by the time this remaster came out, I was like, wow, this is pretty much as good or better than most of Pink Floyd's records. And if I was to lump the solo career of all these guys in with actual Pink Floyd, I think this would place around fourth. Just after Animals, Wish You Were Here, and Dark Side, and that's big, because, you got Metal, you got Piper, you got The Wall, But I really love this one a lot, and this remaster sounds great, and it reinstates the whole Will You Stop Dave 2001 thing in perfect sense. Bravery of Being Out of Range, Three Wishes always hits me really hard. Into It's a Miracle, Into Amused to Death. Crazy good concept album, and crazy good solo career. So, honorable mentions, Scott Walker / the Walker Brothers, Wallflowers, Jakob Dylan's band, of course. New stuff from them this summer. War Paint, which is right above me. Before I really started to think about it, I'm like, oh, maybe Warpaint will be the runner-up. And then I'm like, oh yeah, Old Rog, of course. Washed Out, Bob Welch, like I said before. Really, he kind of could have taken the runner-up for this one. Kanye West, as problematic and everything as the guy is, I love his productions, and, you know, his whole discography, his solo work is pretty good. Didn't really like the, what was it, Jesus is King or whatever, something like that. But, you know, up to, like, Kids See Ghosts or whatever, like, that one was cool. Yeah, all that old stuff, you know, the first 3 records, the 808s and Heartbreaks, and My Beautiful Dark Fantasy. Get the teeth in. White Stripes / Jack White. You know, Brian Wilson's solo career, Carl Wilson's even more so almost, Dennis Wilson's, only the 2 records, the archival one and the regular one, but amazing stuff. And Steven Wilson, he's one of the Wilson brothers, right? No, Steven Wilson from Porcupine Tree. Amazing solo work from that guy. Winter Sleep, Bobby Womack, Wolf Alice. People probably were going to think I was going to say Wolf Mother. Nope, no way. But Wolf Alice, yes. Women, Stevie Wonder, of course. Wow, what an incredible artist and multi-instrumentalist. The Wrens, who probably should have come back, and then they never did. Richard Wright, even though his solo career doesn't hold a candle to Roger Waters, in my opinion. Those 2 records were cool. And the work he did in Z was cool too, but I guess that would be under the letter Z, or Z. Woo Life, yeah. 1 record though, kind of couldn't put them in there. They only had that 1 album, but man, it was amazing. And then they broke up. And then, of course, Wu-Tang Clan, who, that album sold to that awful shady guy, has been sold to some unknown buyer, so maybe one day it'll come out, but, you know, it's the debut. That's where the money's at. I love the debut, and, you know, a couple of those other records are really good too, but what an influential group they were, and think of all the great careers started from Wu-Tang Clan, right? X is going to be tomorrow. That'll be really, really easy and kind of weird. And then, yeah, YZ, and there's going to be a bonus block too, so sorry, I keep getting cat hair up my nose. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in another video. Peace out, everybody.